Good day to you. So, welcome in. Glad you're here. Obviously, I'm not Australian, but for the moment being, that's what you get. What we're going to talk about here today is something super exciting. So, this is really about changes that occur in your life, right? Some people don't like change, they're kind of afraid of it, it makes them feel a little uncomfortable. But we were talking about exciting changes. And this involves letting go of things. So, I know I've said this before, but you only get so much energy in a day. So I want you to visualize this, that you have a watermelon of energy available to you every single day. That's it. You get a watermelon of energy that's available to you. Obviously, you get more than that. We're just using this for this purpose. So with that energy, you can use it on certain people, give your energy to people. You can use that energy for your job, your career, whatever it is that you do throughout a day. You can use it to make things, create things, get some work done, not at work, but other places. You can use this energy to daydream. You can use this energy to watch TV. You can use it to read books. You can essentially use this energy for whatever your pretty little heart wants to use it for. Now, here's the thing. When we are doing something repetitively over and over, we're on repeat. The patterns are on repeat. When this is going on, it's essentially because nothing has changed, right? You haven't introduced anything new. You haven't released anything old. You're just working with the same energies that you've worked with for as long as these patterns essentially have been present. So if you are wanting a change, if you're wanting something new, here's the freaking deal. You have to let go of something or someone or some environment or some situation that commonly occurs so that you actually have the energy to create something new. And this is not just about the energy. This is your signal to the universe. If you're using that whole watermelon, that's it. You don't have room for any more. You don't have room for any more, and the universe knows this because your energy's all used up. So no new things are going to magnetize to it. No old things are just going to fall away unless you want them to. You have to make these changes, and you have to make choices and decisions of where it is that you want to spend your energy. Okay, so think about that watermelon. Now here's the deal with this watermelon. Is that many people, if you don't keep yourself busy, and sometimes people keep themselves busy to distract themselves from their mind and what they got going on there. But for those that don't, sometimes we spend so much of our mental energy on things that are detrimental and harmful to us, or that aren't doing anything for us, right? Maybe we have this idea, maybe we're really trying to manifest something, and so we're spending so much of our time or thought thinking about that particular thing, but we're not using our words along with it, and we're not taking any action along with it. This is not how you manifest. If I'm manifesting something, if I want something, I have to speak those words out loud. This is the formula. I'm telling you, it's really this simple. First of all, you come up with the idea, right? Your consciousness is like, hey, I want that thing. And then you speak it out loud. You actually have to speak it. And then you take some kind of action towards it. So let's say that I want to go and get a job, and I want to work at a hospital, Okay, so I'm saying this I want, I don't know that I actually want to speak this out loud here right now. Anyways, so I would speak that out loud, and then what do I need to do? I need to take some action. First of all, I got to go walk through the door of the place that I want to work in. I got to go talk to somebody in there. I can't just sit here in my house and visualize it happening and then hope that it's going to happen. Right? We have to use our words, and we have to take little actions. Now, I'm not saying that you even need to apply for a job at that place. I'm not even saying that. I'm saying that you need to take actions. You need to say to the universe, hey, this is what I want, and look at me. Look at what I'm doing. I'm taking a step forward. I'm allowing this thing to be in my life. Right? So if that was what I wanted, then I would go into that hospital, and even that act alone of going there, I'm going to network, I'm going to speak with some people, whatever it is, even that act of me going into that building, first of all, isn't something that was part of my programming previously, so I've now changed something. I've now introduced something new into my world. Secondly, I had to not do something else that I would normally have been doing in order to take this action. So I am confirming to the universe, I'm not just speaking it, but this is what I'm wanting. See, I'm making room for this new thing. I'm getting comfortable with this new thing. This is how this works. So if you want some change to occur, but you're not willing to speak any words that are in alignment with that change, and you're not willing to take any actions that are in alignment with that change, and you're not willing to let go of anything or give something up so that you can make room for that new thing, then nothing is going to change. And you are going to be comfortably uncomfortable for as long as it takes for you to decide, hey, you know what, today's the day. But here's the thing about that. If you haven't taken any action, and there's been something that you've been wanting to do, it's not too late. But you do need to make the room. So here's kind of an example. Let's say that you wanted a new relationship to come into your house, into your life. But your house is full of your stuff, and you got a big closet, but it is jam-packed full of only your things that are in there, and there's not room for somebody else to come and put their stuff in there. If that was actually genuinely what you wanted, then making space for that new person that you want. Maybe you clear out a little section in your closet and you're like, okay, well, this is where they will put their things. I'm letting go of perhaps all these clothes, perhaps whatever this is. I'm letting go of these things so that I can make more room for these new things that are going to be attached to this person to come into my life. You understand? So let's say that you want a new job, you want a new career, but you just want it. And all that you're doing about it is sitting there thinking about how much you don't want to be where you're at. You are going to manifest that. You're going to manifest more of, I don't want to be where I'm at, because that's what you're putting out. But if you really want something new, well, first of all, you're going to speak it out. You're going to say, I want something new. I want what the divine wants for me. I want to feel fulfilled. I want to step into my purpose and to truly know I'm doing the thing that I'm meant to be doing. Okay, so these are words, right? So then you're putting those out there and you're speaking those. Now, next time that you go to work, what is it that you're doing? If you're sitting there and you're thinking about how much you don't like it, well, that's not going to do anything good. No, go and do your work and do it very, very well. And as you're going and you're doing your work very, very well, any excess time that you have, think about that new thing and how much purpose and meaning it's going to give to you, and then focus on that. Focus on that feeling. So think about it when you wake up in the morning. Think about it when you go and grab your first coffee. Think about it when you go on your lunch break. Think about it when you're there in the afternoon, and think about it after work. And very soon, insights, new creative ideas will come to you. And as long as you don't dismiss them and think, no, I can't do that. No, I can't do that. And as long as you don't keep rejecting these new creative ideas that come to you, you will get there eventually. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes we have done things in the past and they didn't take off, and so then we consider ourselves a failure because of it, right? We might even think, okay, well, clearly, people don't want what I have to offer, and then you'll go into this big, long thing of why it didn't work out, and nope, it's got to be something else. Okay, well, maybe that wasn't the thing. But if you know that was the thing that brought you so much passion and enlivened you and brought you joy and happiness, it's still the thing. Just because it didn't happen the way that you wanted it to happen, just because that first attempt that you made, maybe even the second, third, fourth, fifth, seventh time, didn't take off the way that you wanted, is because the timing wasn't correct. There needs to be divine timing. When I look back on my life, and the very first time that this profound enlightenment came to me, where I then spoke out some words and this woman's daughter was healed, just like that, several years ago, I then come back and return to my regular environment. This was a very draining energetically environment that was absolutely not supportive of who I am as a spiritual person, meaning not supportive of me, because that's me, 100%. Spiritual being, I know it, I feel it, it's my purpose, I absolutely know this without a doubt. But coming back into those unsupportive environments that I chose to come back to, I felt like I was stuck and that I was trapped there at the moment, but it was a choice, it was a decision that I made. And as I came back into that, pretty soon it depleted me and it drained away all my energy, and it wasn't great. So even though I had performed this amazing, miraculous thing, I was in no condition and not in the proper environment where I would have been able to perform that kind of work regularly because of what I came back to. But this was a choice. I chose to stay comfortably uncomfortable in my environment. That was my choice. The decision I chose. Now, upon several months, / maybe it was even a year and a half, maybe I don't know how long it was now. Everything all blends together. But upon my decision of, okay, I can't do this anymore, which there was many things that filled in the gap that allowed me to realize that, but upon the one day that I truly realized, this is it for me, I can't do this for a moment longer. Upon that day, I then shed and let go of all of that heavy, dense energy that I'd been holding on to for such a long time. And let me tell you something. These are powerful words. If you are in the energy of confusion, you need to make a choice and a decision, and I'm telling you, just make it today. You can't make the wrong one. Intuitively, what's the first thing that you need to do? Go and do it. Go and do it right now. Because that energy of confusion is stuckness. And if you are in the energy of confusion, you will be stuck in it for such a freaking long time. It will drain away all your energy. It will take away all the life that you have within you. The divine guides moment to moment, in the now, in the right now. And so if you can really put yourself in the now, which is why meditation is so important, because it's not putting you over there or back there or here, there, or everywhere. It's putting you in the now, depending on how you meditate. But it is through that you can set yourself free. By taking action, by speaking words. What words do you need to speak? What actions do you need to take? But here's the deal. So when you let go of something, and I let go of something, I let go of all the things. I let go of the environment, of that person, of everything. I let go of the country. I had completely left. And I came down to a new place. Everything all brand new. Everything was changed and everything was new. And it was then within this environment where I now am not supported, or I'm not surrounded by unsupportive energy that was my main energy that was in my life. I am now in my own freedom. Oh, baby, it's good. Because can't nobody tell me nothing. I get to decide what it is that I want. Now, previous to this, I wasn't making decisions based on what it was that I want. I was making decisions based on a whole, based on something other than myself. And because of this, and because I was being influenced, because I'm living in the same house as somebody else who's telling me things and, saying, well, don't do things that way. Be less weird. Be less spiritual. All right. Yeah, good luck with this. Anyways, now that I have left that environment and I can just be myself 24/7, well, then things change. Right? Because I am now using that watermelon of energy not to stay stuck, not to be worried, not to be like, what the heck am I going to do? But now I have all of that energy and I can use it for whatever I want and more. But the timing of things needs to be divine. So then, I moved down here and I've only recently been away from those energies that had been draining and depleting my energy for years and years and years and years and years. And these energies had also been lying to me. So that in itself, me being as intuitive as I was, I knew that I was being lied to subconsciously. But because I wanted to believe that I was not being lied to, I chose to trust those other energies. And through doing that, I went against my better judgment that knew intuitively I was being lied to. And so I started to doubt myself. That trust that I had in myself and in my abilities, it had become depleted. So when you excuse yourself from that environment and from those by letting that somebody go, when I excuse myself from that, all of a sudden now, I trust myself again. My abilities start coming back in full force, and I now can do what it is that I want to do because I've chose, and because I made the decisions. I'm going to do what I want. That's what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to settle for anything less than what it is that I want. Never again. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. So as I move forward here, it takes some time, right? I got to work through things. I have just left a marriage, and I mean, we were together off and on 24 years, married for, I think, 18. Like, that's a long freaking time to be in somebody else's energy. That takes a recovery period. And so through this recovery period, man, I got to work through things. You know, there's the shadows and the light and all the things, and you got to work through the stuff, and it's not just about forgiveness. It's so much deeper than that. The damage that comes when somebody has betrayed you and lied to you, and I don't even want to speak these words. I don't even want to say these things. I should not have spoke that. But from these things, there is a lot of recovery that is needed to get back to the goodness. And so through working through these things, I could see, it was like, okay, well, I wanted this to happen faster. I wanted that to happen faster. I wanted this thing to happen over here faster. And I kept being told, it's all divine timing. It's all divine timing. And I'm like, but why isn't the time right now? I want it right now. Why isn't it right now? Well, because the timing is truly divine. Actually divinely guided. If you were to look at, like, you know, a map of your life and be like, okay, well, this is where you leave, and then there's going to be this happen, but then this, don't worry, come this time of this year, this is when things come together. And the timing, I'm telling you, is divine. Actually divine for these things to come. And it needs to be this way because there's work that needs to be done in the meantime. Let's say that you have an idea and you're like, oh man, I got the best idea for a TED Talk and I just need to go and I need to give it to the world. But you haven't practiced it, you haven't done it, you don't really know the things. And somebody calls you tomorrow and they're like, hey, we got a slot open, you're on the stage tomorrow morning. Are you then actually prepared for it? No, this is what I'm talking about. The timing needs to be divine. All the pieces need to be in place. You need to be who you need to be in order for that thing, for that purpose, whatever it is, your life purpose. You need to be exactly that. And so that might take some time to get to that place. But when you got that watermelon of energy and you're feeding the old and you're not feeding the new because you actually don't have any excess energy to give, nothing is going to change ever. And you are going to stay comfortably uncomfortable or uncomfortably comfortable for the remainder of your days until something changes. So if you want to change something, you actually have to change something. You have to choose and make a decision of, I'm not giving to this anymore ever again. I'm done with this. This was not benefiting me. This is not helping me. This is taking away from my life. Every time that I have to interact with this, it depletes my energy and it drains me. And I'm done. And I'm done today, and I'm not giving another ounce of energy to that thing. Whether that is someone, something, some job, something or other. Making a decision, choosing, deciding. And as soon as that decision is made, all of a sudden, you feel this sigh of relief. Why? Because you were carrying that in your energetic system, that old way. You were actually, literally, it's like you had it stuffed in a bag that you had flung over your shoulder that you're dragging around with you every single where that you go. And it's heaviness that is then relieved now that you've made a choice and a decision, because that energy of confusion is heavy and it will blind you and it will tell you, you don't need to make a decision today. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. You don't need to change anything. Don't make any new decisions. Don't make any new choices. Keep allowing that. Just keep doing it. It's so uncomfortably comfortable, isn't it? We like this. We've known this. It's been going on for a very long time. Now, here's the deal with this. When you just choose and when you make that decision, but you're doing this because it is putting you closer to divine alignment. So if you are going to make some decision and it's going to not be good, it's not going to not be good. Don't make that decision. Is it going to harm you in the end? Don't do it. Is it going to bring you what it is that you want, that you truly want with your heart's desire? Is it going to bring you into your purpose? Are you going to be able to step into your purpose? Then absolutely do it. Choose it. Decide it. Do it. You're going to love it. You're going to be so happy that you did it. Now that watermelon of energy that you have is now feeding new things. New things are getting fed by this new energy that you have. And as long as you remain open and you have excess space in there for something new, the new things can keep coming in. But I want you to know right now, what you have right now, at some point, that was what you wanted. And you now have it. Because you spoke the words and because you took the actions to get you exactly where you're at right now. There's no three ways about it. That's the truth. You took the steps, you made the actions, you signed the contracts, you did the things, you did the stuff, and you're where you're at right now because at some point that was what you wanted or what you thought you wanted or what you were going to settle for. Maybe you even knew you were settling for something at the time, but you chose it. And through those decisions and through those choices, you are now living the current life that you're living. This is a fact. So if you want to change something, first of all, you got to think, what is it that I want to change? That. Okay. So what is it that I need to do? First of all, I need to speak about it. Now, I'm not saying you need to complain about it. Do not do that. What you need to do is you need to speak out what it is that you actually do want. And you need to audibly speak it out. You don't need to say it to anybody else, but you need to speak it out because those words hold vibrations and frequencies and actual power in them. And if you were to write it down, that also holds power. And so as you write it down and as you speak it and you do the things, it now requires an action step. So what is it that you want? Maybe there's something that you've really been wanting to do and you're like, oh, I just want to, make music. I just want to, I don't know. I can't think of something else. But maybe that's what you want. Maybe you just want to make music. Okay, but you got a job and you're like, I don't got the time to do the stuff and the things. Okay, so what do you need to let go of? What energy after work is tying you down that is not allowing you to go do that thing that you say that you're so passionately, lovingly wanting in your life? Because if you don't take any action steps towards it, the universe, first of all, doesn't know that that's what you want, and you are not showing it that that is what you want. You have to take the action steps. Now, people say, oh, you manifest. Well, really, you're just doing it and you're going and doing the thing. Well, that's exactly what's happening, yes, but there are supportive energies here in the universe, the divine, that will then bring to you and present it to you on a silver platter. Here's that thing that you wanted. Well, look at the right people, the right place, the right time just happen to all line up because you had that excess energy and you were in the frequency of that thing that you wanted. This is how it works. It's truly that simple. But if you want to stay comfortably uncomfortable or uncomfortably comfortable, that is a decision and a choice that you're making daily. You're making it daily. And I'm not putting any blame on you. I'm not putting anything negative on you. I've been there, man. 100%. Been there. Done that. Not doing that again. Until, who knows, sometime in the future, I don't know, am I going to get comfortably uncomfortable again? I truly don't even know what's going to happen. But when it happens, I will then know what action steps to do to change it. And I'm not even going to let it get to that point. But the timing of everything has to be divine. Why didn't this line up right then? Well, because it was not meant to. So does that mean that you're a failure? Absolutely not. It means that it was not meant to happen right then. It means you were supposed to pursue something. Maybe you were supposed to tweak it a little bit different. Maybe you were supposed to give it more time and more energy. Maybe you were supposed to prove to the energy, I'm not giving up. This is the thing that I want. I'm telling you, this is the thing that I want. This is my purpose. I absolutely know it. I'm not giving up. I don't care if that doesn't pan out. I'm going to switch it up and I'm going to try this. And if that doesn't pan out, I'm going to switch it up and I'm going to try this. It is proving to the universe, yes, this is what I want. This is what I want. This is what I want. And it is through this, realizing your purpose in life. Who knows what that is? Everybody's completely different. Your purpose is not my purpose. My purpose is not your purpose. We are very different. And whatever it is whatever fills you with so much excitement and happiness and passion. And it typically will be helping somebody else. It typically has a helping element to it. Whether this is just being a wonderful, loving parent, what are you doing? You are helping and supporting your children. What a wonderful gift that is. What better of a gift could you give your children than to love and support them? Maybe it is going out into the world. Maybe it's speaking to people about things. Maybe it's selling people certain things that they need, that they want, that's going to make their life better. Whatever it is, however it is that you're helping, if you are so passionate about that thing, then you must do it. It is the only option. But sitting there thinking about it or wasting your time, draining away your energy on that comfortably uncomfortable, and the uncomfortable comfortableness is not going to get you into your purpose. It's not going to get you there. I promise you that. I guarantee you that it will not. No one's going to come and they're going to knock on your door and they're going to say, hey, I heard you thinking real loud and I liked the thoughts that you were thinking, and so I thought I would offer you this. Absolutely not. That is not how it works. You speak the words out loud and then you take action steps. Get yourself out there. Make it happen. Now, if you chose to listen to me here today, if you made that decision to listen to me today, I love you extra. Thank you so much, my darlings. I'm so thankful and appreciative that you tune in here and that you listen to the words that I have to say, whatever they happen to be that day. Thanks for sticking through it with me. I love and appreciate every single one of you, and I hope that you are doing absolutely wonderful. Now go and have a wonderful day. Be absolutely blessed. Rest in the loving care of the Spirit, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.